In the far reaches of the universe, where the stars shimmered like glitter on dark velvet and comets danced between moon crystal rings, a special starship quietly drifted through space. This wasn't just any spaceship, it was the magical and mysterious Kid's Hut, a flying bedtime library that carried the most precious cargo in the galaxy. Stories. Captain Lila, a 12-year-old with lavender hair, glowing boots, and a jacket made of dream thread, stood proudly at the control deck. Her ship wasn't powered by fuel or solar panels that ran on imagination, specifically the power of fairy tales. The more stories the ship collected, the brighter its dream core glowed, and the faster it could travel to deliver dreams to sleeping children on Earth and beyond. Floating beside her was Hootsy, a robotic owl with bronze feathers and blinking blue eyes. He could scan entire books in seconds and even fix plot holes with his memory circuits. He also had a habit of saying hoo-hoo whenever he got excited, which was often. Status report, Hootsy, Lila asked, sipping her steaming mug of Stardust cocoa. We're currently orbiting the Andromagical Belt, Hootsy chirped. Dream core levels are stable, but, he paused, blinking rapidly. We're down one bedtime story. Sector 9 Whimsy reports a dream drop of 24%. Lila gasped, a missing story. That's impossible. The dream library has never failed before. Hootsy zoomed over to the glowing console where thousands of floating books sparkled in midair. One of them, an empty book labeled Princess Pixel, flickered in and out of existence. There it is, Lila whispered. That's the one. That's gone glitchy. She tapped the air with her finger, opening a holographic display of the story. It showed a beautiful, brave girl with flowing silver hair and digital armor, standing in front of a swirling portal. But then static, the page froze, and the image glitched. This story isn't just missing, Lila murmured. It's broken. But how could a story break? Hootsy asked, landing on her shoulder. Maybe someone doesn't want it to be remembered, Lila said, and if one story can vanish, others might follow. A low hum echoed through the ship. The dream core dimmed slightly, flickering like a nightlight in a storm. That was bad. Every night, when children around the galaxy curled up in bed, the Kid's Hut would be in bedtime stories directly into their dreams. Without those stories, children wouldn't fall asleep peacefully. Some would wake up crying. Others would stop dreaming altogether. And that could unravel the very fabric of the Dreamverse. Lila turned sharply toward the ship's main console. We have to get that story back. Danger level. Moderately alarming, Hootsy muttered. Coordinates for recovery. Lila typed rapidly. Tracked Princess Pixel's last known location. If the story's broken, she might still be trapped in it. The console beeped. Coordinates locked, Hootsy hooted. Destination, Kingdom of Code in Clouds. A shimmering tunnel of starlight opened in front of the ship, an interdimensional wormhole lined with story fragments, glowing letters, and floating fairy wings. Lila smiled. Time to launch the next chapter. The engines roared not with fire, but with laughter, rhymes, and the sounds of bedtime. As Kid's Hut surged forward, it left behind a sparkling trail of magic and melody. Far below, a child rolled over in their sleep, smiling as the first threads of a dream began to form. And high above, the quest to save the stories had begun. The stars blurred past the windows of the Kid's Hut as it zoomed through the shimmering tunnel of starlight. Lila's eyes sparkled with excitement and worry. The console blinked softly, and beside her, Hootsy flapped his mechanical wings nervously. Next, stop. Kingdom of Code in Clouds, Hootsy announced. Atmosphere, fluffy. Threat level, foggy. With a chance of riddle traps, Lila tightened her dream thread jacket. She had only heard whispers of the Kingdom of Code in Clouds. It was said to be a digital world, half fantasy and half logic, filled with glowing mountains, binary waterfalls, and castles made of light. It was also the last place anyone had recorded the tale of Princess Pixel before her story went dark. The ship slowed as they approached the atmosphere. A thick layer of sparkling mist swirled around them. In the distance, towers rose from cloud banks, shimmering with translucent code. Lila guided the Kid's Hut to a landing pad that floated midair like a silver lily pad in the sky. As the hatch opened, a wave of cool, fluffy air rushed in. Lila stepped out cautiously, boots crunching on clouds that somehow held her weight. The sky pulsed with soft pinks and blues, and strange creatures with keyboards for wings fluttered past, leaving trails of glowing symbols behind. Look at this place, she whispered. It's like stepping into a storybook, written by a computer. Just then, a rumbling shook the cloud path ahead. A massive archway formed in front of them, made from twisted wires and floating puzzle pieces. At the top, glowing text appeared. To find what's lost, answer or pay the cost. Looks like our first challenge, said Hootsy, flapping beside her. I don't like puzzles before breakfast. Lila approached the arch. Another message appeared beneath the first. What comes before the end, but after the start, is part of the story, but not of the heart. Lila furrowed her brow. She whispered the riddle again, tapping her chin. Hootsy beeped, analyzing, scanning language databases. Possible answers. Time. Plot. Twist. Wait, Lila said. It's the letter T. It comes before end, after start, and it's part of the word story but not in heart. The arch shimmered and vanished in a shower of pixel dust. Correct, a deep voice echoed. Proceed. They stepped forward, the cloud path winding through floating trees made of fiber optic strands. At the end of the path stood a castle made entirely of shimmering screens. Its towers blinked with static, and large pixels floated in the air, like falling leaves. Guards made of light and code stood at the gates. One stepped forward, his face shifting between cartoon animals and ancient wizards. State your purpose in the kingdom of code and clouds, he said in a robotic voice. We're searching for a lost story, Lila replied bravely. Princess Pixel, her tail is broken, and we need it to power the dreams of children. The guard paused. His shifting face settled on a glowing wolf. That tail is sealed in the forbidden folder. Access denied to outsiders. But we're not just outsiders, Lila insisted. We're story keepers. Without this tail, the dream core weakens. Kids everywhere will lose their bedtime stories. The guard tilted his head. There is one who may help you. The Dreamsmith of the floating tower. She knows the paths that stories take when they're lost. Before Lila could respond, the castle gates creaked open, revealing a glowing spiral path that led deep into the sky. Proceed with care, the guard warned. Many have entered seeking broken stories. Few return unchanged. Lila looked at Hootsy. Ready always? The owl replied. Just remind me to log this in our adventure diary. Together, they stepped through the gates, unaware that something dark had already sensed their presence and was waiting, deep within, the forbidden folder. The glowing spiral path twisted through the sky like a ribbon of light, stretching high above the floating castle. As Lila and Hootsy ascended, the air grew denser with drifting code fragments, tiny glowing numbers, symbols, and letters that swirled around them like fireflies. The light from the clouds below began to fade, replaced by a dim violet hue that made everything feel like twilight. We must be getting close, Hootsy said, blinking rapidly as his scanners flickered. Data is getting heavier, almost like memories are stored in the air. I feel it too, Lila whispered, like we're walking through a story that's still being written. At the top of the spiral, a lone tower floated silently in the sky. It looked ancient and yet futuristic, built of crystal windows, swirling neon vines, and holographic feathers. This was the floating tower, home of the Dreamsmith. The glassy doors opened with a soft chime as they stepped inside. The walls shimmered with moving images, snippets of fairy tales, dreams, and bedtime stories from across time. There were princesses riding, star dragons, robots learning to laugh, and forests that grew from lullabies. At the center of the tower, surrounded by swirling storylight, stood the Dreamsmith. She was tall, robed in a gown woven from ink and stardust. Her hair changed color every few seconds, from moon silver to sun gold to twilight purple. Her eyes sparkled like galaxies, and in her hands she held a long quill that glowed softly at the tip. I've been expecting you, the Dreamsmith said, her voice like the first page of a new book. Lila stepped forward, awed. We need your help. The story of Princess Pixel has vanished. It's broken, glitched, and we can't find the ending. The Dreamsmith nodded slowly and turned toward a glowing map behind her. It wasn't a map of places, it was a map of stories. Each path showed the journey of a tale, from once upon time to happily ever after. Some glowed brightly, others flickered weakly. But one path was completely dark. That, she said, pointing to the shadowy trail, is the path of Princess Pixel. She was once a guardian of tales, much like you, but she went missing after her story was invaded. Hootsy asked, feathers bristling. Yes, by characters who were meant to be forgotten villains erased from old bedtime stories. They escaped deletion and found a home in the forbidden folder. There, they twist stories, trap heroes, and erase endings. Lila's stomach tightened. Then that's where we have to go. The Dreamsmith stepped closer and placed the glowing quill in Lila's hand. This is the quill of rewrite. It can mend broken plots and fix what's been corrupted, but only if you believe in the heart of the story, in the truth of why tales matter. Lila nodded, gripping the quill tightly. We won't fail. There's one more thing, the Dreamsmith said. To enter the forbidden folder, you must travel through the firewall forest, a maze of living code, guarded by echo beasts who feed on forgotten lines. Few make it through. Sounds like a nightmare, Hootsy muttered. It is, she replied gently, but also the only way to reach the corrupted core. As they turned to leave, the Dreamsmith whispered, remember, stories are more than words. They're hope, they're dreams. If you lose your way, follow the light of what you believe. With the quill of rewrite in her pocket and Hootsy flying close by, Lila stepped out of the floating tower. The sky had grown darker, a shadow loomed ahead where the cloud path broke apart. Beyond it, glowing in an ominous red, was the firewall forest, and somewhere deep inside, Princess Pixel was still waiting. The moment Lila and Hootsy stepped into the firewall forest, the air changed. It was no longer cool and dreamy, but dense, warm, and buzzing with static. Trees towered above them, not made of wood, but of glowing strands of code. constantly shifting in shape, branches rearranging into equations and roots pulsing like circuits. The forest floor glowed dimly with binary patterns that rippled beneath their feet with every step. Navigation systems scrambled, Hootsy warned, spinning in the air. This place is rewriting itself as we walk through it. It doesn't want us here. Lila took a deep breath. Then we stay focused. We're not just walking, we're rescuing a story. They followed the glowing trail, winding between trees, that whispered fragments of old tales, distorted nursery rhymes, scrambled lullabies, corrupted fairy tale lines that made no sense. As they ventured deeper, ghostly shadows flickered between the trees, characters half-formed and forgotten, like a knight with no face or a dragon made only of smoke. These were story echoes, pieces of tales that had been lost or erased. Suddenly, a loud growl echoed through the forest. Hootsy froze mid-air. Echo beast. 3 o'clock. From the shadows, a massive creature leaped out. It was a swirling cloud of data and dark code. With flickering eyes and glitching claws, it let out a roar that sounded like a child crying in their sleep. Lila raised the quill of rewrite, and it lit up with soft gold light. I hope this works. The beast lunged at her, but Lila slashed the air with the quill. A glowing line cut through the glitch cloud, and where it passed, the beast froze like it was being paused. Hootsy quickly activated his projection screen and played a lullaby story, The Sleepy Star and the Cloud Blanket. The sound waves mixed with the golden light, and the echo beast let out a final distorted whimper before dissolving into harmless fragments of story dust. Looks like stories still soothe monsters. Hootsy sighed with relief. They pressed on, finally reaching a clearing. At the center stood a glowing red portal, rippling like a puddle of lava. Above it, a broken sign blinked. Forbidden folder. Do not enter. We've found it, Lila said. This is where the story was stolen. As they stepped through the portal, everything changed. The sky turned a deep gray, and the air was filled with static. This realm was darker than the others, less like a story and more like a virus. Structures floated aimlessly, torn out pages, shattered dreams, and glowing chains of corrupted text. This was where forgotten villains hit the ones who had been deleted from bedtime books because they were too scary, too wild, or simply too unfinished. Lila and Hootsy drifted cautiously through the strange space. They finally found her princess, Pixel, frozen, mid-battle. She stood on a floating platform, surrounded by glitch code chains and glowing error messages. Her face was determined, but stuck, like she was trapped in an endless loop. She's repeating the last moment of her story, Lila whispered, fighting forever, with no ending. Then came a voice from the darkness. You shouldn't have come here. 3 shadowy figures emerged. The malware witch, the grumble dwarf, and the robovolf. Each one flickered in and out of form, drawn from twisted fairy tales. Happy endings make kids soft. The malware witch hissed. We give them something real: corruption, chaos, confusion. Lila stepped forward, quill glowing. No, stories help kids hope. They help them face their fears, not run from them. Then, rewrite this, growled robovolf, leaping forward. The battle began, data storms and memory flashes flying through the air, as Lila and Hootsy dodged corrupted magic. But Lila focused on Princess Pixel. As the villains attacked, she raised the quill of rewrite and, with a single stroke, rewrote the final line of Pixel's story. And, with courage and heart, Princess Pixel found peace and power once more. The glitch chains shattered. Light burst from Pixel's chest. The corrupted villains shrieked as their stolen endings dissolved. Princess Pixel blinked, freed at last. Thank you, she whispered. You brought my story home. The forbidden folder began to tremble as the villains vanished into trails of fading data. The corrupted realm cracked like shattered glass, its fragments drifting upward into the sky, dissolving into glimmers of lost dreams now found. Princess Pixel stood tall on the glowing platform, her digital armor pulsing gently with restored energy. Her eyes, once dimmed by loops of corrupted code, now sparkled with the full clarity of memory. Lila reached out her hand. Welcome back. Pixel took it, her voice strong but soft. I've been trapped for so long, fighting the same battle, hoping someone would rewrite the ending. You saved me. Hootsy flapped nearby, checking his scanners. Dreamcore signal returning to normal. Restoration is spreading. The story's being remembered again. Suddenly, the golden quill of rewrite floated into the air. It spun rapidly, releasing pulses of warm, glowing energy. The corrupted landscape melted away completely, replaced by gentle stars and lines of handwritten text floating across the sky like constellations. This was the Dreamverse restored, the space between stories, now healing itself. From far away, a ripple spread across the dream map. Children's dreams flickered back to life. On Earth, little boys and girls turned in their sleep, smiling softly as visions of floating castles, robot owls, and brave princesses filled their minds once again. Princess Pixel closed her eyes. I feel the others. The story's there, singing again. We should head back to the kids' hut, Lila said. There's still a universe full of dreams that need us. As they stepped into the beam that would return them to the ship, Pixel's form shimmered briefly. Wait, she said. If you'll allow me, I'd like to join you. Hootsy spun mid-air. Join us. Like, become a crew member. I've seen what happens when stories are forgotten, Pixel said. Let me help protect them. No tale deserves to fade away. Lila grinned. Welcome aboard, Princess. With a flash of starlight, the trio appeared once more on the deck of the kids' hut. The ship hummed happily, its dream core glowing at full strength again, its heart powered by the fully restored tale of Princess Pixel. On the central screen, the updated storybook pulsed with life. The final line scrolled gently, and so, the Guardians of Dreams journeyed on, searching for lost stories and keeping the night full of wonder. Lila gently placed the quill of rewrite back in its holder. Beside the dream console, one story saved, a million more out there. Hootsy activated the next scan. Incoming signal from Story Cluster Delta 3, possible fairy tale fragment drifting without a narrator. Set a course, Lila said confidently, settling into the pilot chair. Outside, space stretched wide and sparkling. The kids' hut ignited, its Startrail engines fueled not by machines, but by giggles, imagination, and bedtime magic. It soared forward, leaving a trail of golden sparkles in its wake. A moving beacon of hope for every child who ever asked for just one more story. Pixel stood at the observation window, watching the stars zoom by. You know, she said softly, even though I was lost, I always believed someone would find me. Lila looked up from the console. That's what stories do. They wait for the right reader to come along. From Earth below, a little girl nestled under her blanket, whispered the last words she heard before sleep. Once upon a time. And somewhere above, aboard the kids' hut, a new bedtime adventure had just begun.